I got into boxing because I was playing ice hockey and soccer and stuff before that. But I was never really good, and then my father had boxed and he was a trainer, and my older brother also was in boxing. So when I was 15 and I started high school, I got the permission from my parents to start boxing. So I did that and I just fell in love with it right away. Pretty much, I would say within the first week, I really felt that it was for me. So when I started boxing, my father, he had done some boxing before and he was a trainer. And so one time we had been at the gym and we were in the dressing room. That's in my hometown in Sweden, Sundsvall. And we were at the boxing club there. And he told me that, imagine how many guys that's been in this locker room and now it's your turn. And you can do it if you put everything you can into it. It's not gonna be easy, but you would have to work very hard and serious and to show that you're not like everybody else. And there's a lot of people with talent out there, but sometimes they lack determination and work ethic. So he kind of explained that to me and said that if you want to be a boxer, you can be that, and you can be something because you have talent, but you gotta work very hard to separate yourself from all the others. I think that advice from my father was very good. If I would give an advice, I would say that you need to work really hard if you want to be successful. It's not going to come easy, because if it would be easy, anybody could do it. I came to New York from Sweden 3 years ago, and I come from a small town in Sweden, so it's a lot different. In New York, there's all these bright lights, all these opportunities, all different people, different cultures. So I really like that with New York, that all the endless opportunities and you can find anything here, and I really like that. When I first came, it was a little hard for me because for me it was a long commute, 40 minutes each way to the gym, and I would go 2 times a day, so it's a lot of time on the trains. I wasn't used to that. And then I lived in Denmark before I came here, so I was there for 4 years. So I was used to being away, but it was just longer, I guess. Harder to get home. It would take me 7-8 hours to fly home. While I was in Denmark, it would be just an hour. So that was a little different too, but I think I've adjusted and I got some friends, so that's always helpful, and nice people around me. Right now I'm loving New York. It was just a little hard in the beginning, but I've adjusted well, and now I don't even want to leave. It feels really good to represent Sweden. We haven't had a heavyweight world champion since the 50s, and now I want to be the new heavyweight champion. And I feel like I get good support from there. I'm proud where I come from, and I think for most people there's always this kind of, you always want to make it and be respected where you're from your own people somehow. That's very important for me, and I'm really happy with the support I get from Sweden, and I get a good backing. I definitely feel like the Fury fight made me a better fighter. I'm 29, but I need experience, and you can't get any better experience than that, to fight the best in the world for 12 rounds and go the distance. So that was a really important experience for me, and I definitely feel like I've improved since that fight.
Undefeated challenger from Sundsvall, Sweden, Otto all in the lead!
I was really happy when we got the opportunity to fight Fury, and they reached out to us, asked if we wanted to fight. We said we wanted to fight, but I didn't think too much of it. Usually they reach out to different people, and I'm sure they did that this time also. But as the days progressed and the days passed, we saw that it seemed like they wanted me to fight him. So I was happy about that. And when he got locked in, I was really happy, because when you're a prospect and you're making your way up, you just want a big fight, to prove yourself. And I've been waiting for that moment. So I was happy when I got the fight, and I felt to myself that I was a big underdog, but I know that I can hang with him and I can beat him too. Came out to Vegas, my first time in Vegas. That was nice. And we had a good training camp, and we had a good game plan. And I got a great team around me. Came out in the fight, started off, I think, pretty good. and I took it to him. I think they probably didn't expect that I would come out that good, that I did. And then third round, I cut him, really bad cut. He had one above the eye really bad, and then one on the eyelid also that was bad.
Cut on the eyebrow of Tyson Fury.
That might have been a little distracting to me because I felt like, one more punch and that would be it. So I was trying to zone in on that cut, and maybe that played in his favor a little bit because he's got good head movement and good defense.
Fury upset right now because he thinks that he's intentionally going after that cut. But hey, all is fair, right? It's a fight. It absolutely is a fight. And
I was definitely in the fight, but then the fight progressed and the doctor checked his eye once or twice.
So much blood, how bad the cut actually is.
And after one of those times they checked his eye, he really came at me. I think that he felt like, hey, I gotta stop him, because if I don't, they might stop me. They might stop the fight and then I will win. So I kind of feel like they should have stopped it, but I understand why they didn't do it. He was the big guy, the money draw and everything. So I understand how boxing works, and that's part of it.
you can just tell it's affecting the vision now of Tyson Fury.
Then he started being really aggressive and trying to push me back and use his weight and experience.
Showing the heart of a Mexican fighter here. Blood streaming down his face as he backs up Otto Wallin against the ropes.
He used his experience well, his size, to kind of tire me out and secure some rounds here, some important rounds.
Picks up right where he left off. How much more of this can Otto Wallin take as he almost does a squat up against the ropes here? The Gypsy King going to work.
I'm sure he's looking for the knockout.
Oh, big right hand. Tyson Fury is showing why he is the lineal champion of the world and why he has remained unbeaten to this point in his career as he continues to pour on the pressure.
Then in the last round, I came back strong and hurt him, and I took that round on each scorecard, so that was good.
And he's coming on top. Joey Gamar said, this should inspire you. You're still here in the 12th round. Shot him. Do whatever you can.
I know there's some things that I could have done better, and we're working on that. And also, we know that some things I did good also.
Oh, he's hurt right now.
I'm fighting the best in the world, and it's my first time on the big stage.
Wow.
I got the blood on my shirt to show it.
And on my jacket as well.
After the fight, when the decision came, I wasn't surprised because he's the champion, and if you want to beat him, you really got to take it from him.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of action, we have a unanimous decision, all three in favor of the winner.
And I was a big underdog. I think one judge had it 8-4. I think that was okay. Maybe I would say maybe 7-5 or more like that.
And still the undefeated lineal heavyweight champion of the world, the Gypsy King, Tyson Fury.
As a prospect and a guy coming up, you just want that fight to prove yourself. Because I knew that I was good and my team knew that I was good, but pretty much nobody else knew. So finally I got that fight to prove myself, and I showed that I belong. And now I just feel like I want to keep improving to show that it wasn't a fluke, and I'm gonna keep doing well, and I can beat these top guys.
People didn't know who he was before tonight. They surely do now.
And the fans have gone crazy as this tremendous crowd have come out fight here at Barclays Center.
That Helenius and Kovnacki fight, that was a kind of crazy fight. It was a good slugfest. I know Adam, I sparred a lot with him, and he's a good fighter, very tough, and he throws a lot of punches.
Big right hand by Kovnacki, they're swinging away.
Big guy, likes to come forward, and I felt like he was really getting to Helenius and breaking him down. And I thought that it was a matter of time before Adam was gonna stop Robert.
See on Helenius, this is starting to become overwhelming. Big right hand by Kovnacki as he's peppering away upon Helenius, and this crowd erupts, but back comes Helenius. He tattooed Kovnacki
But then all of a sudden, Robert brings in the Nordic hammer. So then Robert came around and hit Adam with big shots.
There's a right hand. Down goes Kovnatski. Kovnatski is down and he's in serious trouble.
And took him out of there. He's a good finisher, Helenius.
Oh my goodness, right? That's what I was wondering, if that was truly a slip. I didn't think so.
Kovnatski's in serious trouble. Helenius body wheel. Kovnatski's hurt. This could be a huge upset for Helenius.
Konowski's not all there. He's got to be careful.
Kovnatski's in deep trouble. He's getting pounded. Kovnatski, this one is over. And a monumental upset as Robert Helenius has shocked the world and he's defeated Adam Kovnatski.
I've always been aware of Robert, of course. He's older than me, so I'm being aware of him. And I know that he's at it at the end, but he's a good puncher and always has been. So he's always going to be dangerous.
Robert Helenius.
Yeah, I think Robert is the best fighter out of Finland, and he's been the best fighter from there for a while, I think. And he was a really good prospect, Robert. A few years back when he was fighting in Germany, he was gonna fight Klitschko, but that never came off. So I'm happy. I was happy to see him. I wouldn't say I'm happy to see him beat Adam, but happy for Robert that he did well in that fight, because Adam is my friend also.
I think is going to head it right to the dressing room. Boy, oh boy, oh boy.
You know, Robert is the best guy out of Finland. I'm the best guy out of Sweden. And for some reason, we both are fighting in the States now. So maybe we can make that fight happen down the line. I think that would be a good fight. Like I said, Robert, he's a big puncher, so he's always going to be dangerous. So if I would fight him, I had to be very smart, coming with a good game plan, good defense, to take that power away, and then I would think I have a business. I contracted COVID-19 in March. But for me, it was very light. I had a little sore throat and a light fever, and I was coughing and sneezing some. And then when I got better, all of a sudden I lost all my sense of smell and taste. But it didn't set me back much. I took that week off, and then when I started getting better, I consulted with my strength and conditioning coach and physiotherapist, and he thought that it would be fine. And we did light work, started very light, and that was working. So maybe I lost like 1 or 2 weeks. I feel fully recovered. I'm looking forward for the fight. It's been a while now since I fought. I last fought in September last year. I'm looking forward to get back in there, and I feel like I'm in good shape, and I hope that I can show that I've improved during this year. I was training at home a lot when the lockdown started here in New York. When all the gyms are closed, there's not much action, so we took it in our own hands and built pretty much a gym here in my apartment. I bought a bike, borrowed some equipment, a squat rack and a bench press, and a lot of weights. And I bought a weighted vest also that weighs 150 pounds. I do push-ups and stuff with that. And then for the boxing, I've been shadow boxing in here and punching the wall. It's pretty good, pretty hard on the hands. So it's good to keep the strength in the hands. Because if I wouldn't have been punching anything for 3 months and then come back, start punching stuff again, I might hurt my hands. So yeah, it's been working out fine. Due to COVID-19, I haven't been able to go to the places I normally do, like the gym. I usually just go to the gym pretty much, and then restaurants here and there. But it hasn't affected me too much, because I usually go to the gym, then I come home, eat, and rest, take a nap, and then I go back to the gym at night. So it hasn't affected me too much, but I'm a little tired that the gyms are not open. I hope they can figure something out there. I know the baseball leagues and NBA and the NFL, they are back to training in gyms, so I hope we can do that too. I hope they will let us professional boxers come back to the gym soon also. I know that Travis also had COVID-19 and it was much worse for him, but I'm not sure that it's gonna affect him now. I wouldn't think so, but I'm no doctor. But I know that it was harder for him, but he's doing better, so I'm happy for that, of course. I don't wish any bad on him. Kaufman, he's a good fighter. He grew up in boxing, his father's a promoter, trainer, so he probably got good boxing IQ, and he shows that he can fight coming forward and box going backwards too.
Kaufman could fight. He has fast hands, he has quick feet, and definitely has the experience and the hunger to go behind it.
And I know that he's older than me, he's 35. I haven't taken as much punishment that he has. I know he's had some surgeries, shoulder surgery, knee surgeries. So I feel like I'm more fresh, more hungry, I'm faster, younger. I think I'm a better skilled fighter, and I want to show that. My fight with Kaufman is very important for me. He's been in the game longer than me. I think he's been in tough fights.
Travis Kaufman, Scott Alexander battling.
He's got a fan-friendly style, so he always in good fights, and either he gets knocked down or the opponent gets knocked down.
A big right hand, down goes Alexander! Oh my goodness!
Good shot.
Kaufman unloaded on Alexander. Alexander seems to be very uneasy.
Kaufman's hurt.
Kaufman seems to be very uneasy, guys. Oh my goodness! They showed plenty of power behind one another, so that an even round, both with knockdowns of one another. Kaufman and Alexander were both hurt, and they both beat the count almost at the same time, about 8.
He's got a decent chin. He's been dropped several times, but came up again and never stopped fighting.
When I give credit now to Travis Kaufman, he is swarming Scott Alexander, and he's not allowing Alexander to get off and use his range or even the leverage behind his punches to be able to land that big shot which put him on the canvas in the first round.
I just got to be myself and use what I'm good at and be aware of him. And we are very aware of him. I've seen all his fights and stuff, so we got a pretty good idea of who he is and what he's gonna try to do.
Travis Kaufman, he backs up and likely he will come forward in a few moments. He fights in spurts, showing that he is a 12-year veteran.
I think Kaufman's biggest strengths are probably that he's a tough guy. He seems to have a good heart.
Final moments of the fight, Scott Alexander and Travis Kaufman, they are going to fight at the bell as they go toe-to-toe. They started trying to ending shot. Look at this action here between Kaufman and Alexander to end the fight.
It's heavyweight boxing. Good stuff.
For me to fight that, I gotta be smart, and I just gotta be myself and use what I'm good at. I just feel like I'm faster, I got good footwork, good defense, good offense, so I think at this stage in his career, I'm just too much for him. I think work ethic is very important in boxing and in anything in life. If you want to be successful, you have to work for it. It's not going to come easy, because if it would be easy, anybody could do it. So I think work ethic is more important than anything. My main goal in boxing has always been to become a world champion. And even though I lost against Fury, I felt like I came closer to that goal. And like I said before, I need the experience to get better. And that was a great experience, and I feel like I'm improved. So I definitely think that I have the tools and everything to be a world champion. I just got to keep working and doing everything I do to become that.